Jason Hamilton is the son of Ron Hamilton, whom many of us know as Patch the Pirate, from the popular audio children's series of the same name. To this day, Jason is still an integral part of his family's ministry as they go around and sing and continue to produce music as well. I had the privilege to meet and interview Jason after his family recently performed at my school.
This is Jason in the middle right here. Jason, if you'll wave your hand. Jason actually attends here, so if you've seen him, he's a student here. He's Ron and Shelley's youngest son, plays PJ in the Patch Adventure series. Down here is Tara.
Hello everyone, I'm with my brand new friend Jason Hamilton here, who is the son of the famous Ron Hamilton, who is also known as Patch the Pirate. For those of you who don't know, Patch the Pirate is the world famous children's musical audio series that began way back in 1982 and continues on even to this day. Patch the Pirate Club has been a part of so many churches nationwide, and maybe even your church has done it, maybe even you are a part of it. But for even those who are not a part of Patch the Pirate Club, probably you are already familiar with Ron Hamilton because of his music. We sing so much of his songs even in our hymn books today. So I'm very lucky to have with us Jason. We're going to get to know him a little bit more and hopefully learn some secrets about the Hamilton family that nobody else knows about. So we'll see. All right, so why PJ Pirate? Who chose that name and why?
Great question. I thought it was because they found me in my PJs in the first adventure I came in, but it was actually stood for Patch Jr.
Patch Jr.
Yes.
Okay.
So probably both and.
Okay. So I am really curious. Which was the first Patch adventure that you were in?
Harold the King.
Harold. Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I listened to Harold the King. Now, which Patch adventure was your favorite?
Ooh, definitely Mr. Slippy River Race.
Okay. Why was that your favorite?
The songs are fun. Big Toe, Witter Magnolia is a fun character. Ferlin Frog, and it just the Colonel Cottonmouth. We race. It's a fun adventure.
And how did you guys do? Like, you had a studio. Was the studio at your church, or was it at your house, or what?
Close by, a place called Brightwater.
Okay. So it was a separate place that you would go to.
Yes, most of the time. It did come to where we are in our office at one point.
Okay.
So
you grew up in this Patch environment, I assume.
Yes.
So that's okay. So you grew up with it. You were used to it, and then you were immediately thrown into it. How did you feel being PJ Pirate?
Yes.
Like, was it a part of you growing up, or like something you're proud of, or it was just like, I don't know, it was something naturally, or what?
It was naturally because I grew up with it, but it was a lot of fun. Just recording, traveling, all of it was fun. I thought, and I mean, who else gets to be a pirate and record and sing with your family? So it was fun.
My church went all out growing up. We did the whole Patch the Pirate Club. I mean, we had the sashes, we had the hats, we had the bags. I mean, we went all out. We did everything. So Patch the Pirate has always been a part of my life, even up till now. There are so many times where the songs will come into my memory, and it will help me during like a time that I'm in. All of a sudden, a Patch song will pop in my head.
Right.
It's just amazing how applicable the songs are as kids and even as adults. You know, certain songs like "You Reap What You Sow." You know, just powerful words for kids and even for adults as well. Okay, so what was it like growing up in the Hamilton household?
Yes.
Describe that experience.
It was a lot of singing, a lot of recording. When Megan and I came along, we're the two younger kids. They stopped traveling as much, so we would do like concerts at Wilds Christian Camp in the summers. That was a lot of fun. We would sing together as a family. We would go caroling at Christmas. Recording adventures was a lot of fun. So a lot of people knew who I was in Christian circles, and you just kind of get accustomed to that and get used to it. But
now I'm curious, is there a fond memory you have or a notable moment that you remember from recording an adventure?
Sure. Well, one song I think of is Sardines and Saltines from Cold Heartica.
So I remember that adventure. Okay.
Yes. I love sardines, and my dad does. So I think that kind of helped me get it in my memory, but that was a fun song to record.
I'm curious. I mean, you kind of answered this already, but growing up, did you realize to the extent of your family's ministry influence over so many people? Like,
Right.
I mean, you were reaching so many people nationwide, but you grew up in this environment. So,
Right.
did you realize to the extent of your ministry's influence, or what?
Right, and that's a great question. I realized it to an extent, but now I appreciate it more when I did my own thing, kind of spread my own wings. It's when I realize just the power it's had in people's lives. Growing up, you get accustomed to it. It's just what we did, and you don't appreciate it as much. So,
Right. What is your best memory, or one of the best memories you have with your father growing up?
I mentioned sardines and saltines. We would have what we called sardine parties, I think, and we would just eat sardines together with saltines. That was a fond memory for me.
You and your family, your dad.
My dad.
Okay.
Yep. Another one was we would play. He would pitch wiffle balls to me, and I'd hit them in the backyard together. And just him taking the time to do that with me meant the world to me, and that's a fond memory.
Yeah. Okay, now as far as the music is concerned, because that's like the main. I mean, what makes Pastor Pirate is the music. Were there any songs? I know you were just a kid growing up anyway, but even as you reach high school and adulthood, were there any songs that you helped to write at all?
Yes, there's one song I wrote some of the words for. Go Down Moses. I don't remember which adventure, but I don't think they used all my words either. But that was kind of the one song that I've helped with.
Okay. And how old were you when this one came out, if you remember?
It was probably 5-ish years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So,
that's
yes.
a fairly recent one then.
Fairly recent, yes.
Okay, nice,
Yeah.
nice. Now, does anyone ever confuse you with your dad when you sing?
Yeah, well, they say I sound a lot like him.
Yes.
So, and I've had, especially Rejoice in the Lord, the recording we've done, they've said, like, oh, I thought I had to listen to it. I thought it was your dad or whatever.
Right. That is exactly my reaction when I first listened to it. I'm like,
Yes.
like, who's that guy? Like, it must be his son, because you sounded just like him. That must be a
Right.
compliment, I can imagine.
Exactly.
Where do you see yourself in the future? So you're not married right now.
Right.
But perhaps you have some plans. What's something you see yourself doing?
Well, that's a great question. I'm in grad school right now, and so that's kind of on my mind. But I would love to be in ministry to some extent, and music ministry. I don't. So as far as that being full time in a church or what it would be, I'm not sure.
Doing specifically what though in ministry? You said music, but
Yes, probably leading choirs, leading the congregational worship, with singing. It's probably more that aspect. And I love being involved with Majesty. I get to travel with them still, and so that's honestly a huge blessing. But I don't know if I would do that full time or what. But I guess the most nearest thing is just to get through grad school. And
see, I don't know how you do that. I'm always thinking ahead. Like, okay, here's what I want to do. Here's what I want to do. Is like I just want to finish school. Like that's never on my mind. And then I'll worry about my career later. It's like I feel like I'm the complete opposite. But
Yes.
that's good. You got your head
that's
on
probably
straight.
smarter.
Well, I don't know. From the advice I get is focus on school and worry about your career later.
No.
But anyways, all right. Well, it was a
Yeah.
pleasure meeting you,
Good to meet you.
Mr. Hamilton, and hopefully we'll meet up again in the future.
Sounds good. Thank you.